Hello, I'm Lawrence Owen, and today we're going to go about something completely different. This is not Sportscaster News. This is not Colts Law. This is just Lawrence Owen talking about something that is very relevant, and I want to get a point out. All right? First off, back in 2016, Colin Kaepernick, as everyone knows, was doing kneeling. He wasn't the only player in the NFL doing it, but he himself and a few others were kneeling in protest to police brutality, and it largely got overlooked. It really did. It got overlooked. The NFL, the President of the United States, many NFL fans, they just said, it's not right to kneel during the national anthem. That's disrespectful to military and things of that nature. And you know what? Everyone has a right to have their own beliefs. Some people believe that it's disrespectful. I don't believe that's the message that the black community is trying to get out. But what happened has happened. And now we have to move on from that. Now, Colin Kaepernick has been, by many claims, blackballed by the NFL for the last 3.5, 4 years so that he can't get back into the NFL to play football. There are legitimate claims to that. Even though, last year the NFL said, hey, we're going to give you a shot. We'll open up a training session. We'll have representatives from all 32 teams there. Kaepernick at the last minute said, no, we're not going to do it under yours. We're going to do it where I want to do it. Come here. I'll do it here. He said that it was a circus, blah, blah, blah. I'm not 100% sure exactly what went down. I don't think it was meant to be a circus. I think it was honestly meant to be something for Kaepernick. However, right now, I am 100% sure that the NFL is ready to say, you know what? Let's see if we can't get him hired. And I'm all for Colin Kaepernick playing for a team if he can help that team. I don't want a team to sign him just because they feel as though they owe him. Okay? Even though I believe the NFL owes him this opportunity because, the last 3-4 years of his career, prime years of his career, is gone. He can't get that back. But he did this for something he believes in. So I get it. Good for you, Colin. However, let's move past the kneeling issue. You're still going to have a country divided. Do I think it's your right? Sure. I believe it is your right under the Constitution of the United States, represented by that flag that you're kneeling to do a peaceful protest, which includes the kneeling to the flag. However, maybe there's other ways of going about it. Maybe there is a bigger way that the NFL community as a whole can represent and show support in this cause. I would say get all the NFL owners and GMs to talk to their players. And then talk amongst themselves. See if there's something else they could do. I have an idea. How about at the very beginning of each game on opening kickoff, the special teams kicking team kicks the ball off on a squib, then takes a knee. The receiving team then takes the ball off that squib and spends 1 minute walking to the end zone to score a touchdown. And then instead of taking that opportunity of maybe accidentally getting an extra point, go for 2. The defense that's on the field all take a knee. And the offense hikes the ball, walks it in the end zone for 2 points. And then on the reverse, on the next kickoff on the reverse, the same thing happens on the other side. This way, all players on both teams, coaches Everybody gets to represent for the first 2 minutes. Now, there's 60 minutes in a football game. That leaves 58 minutes of football left. But all the players of the team are able to show support for this cause. Coaches and owners would be showing support to this cause by allowing it to happen. This is an idea that I am proposing. It'll start the game off. It really don't affect much. Both teams it'll be an 8-8 game to start the game when the next kickoff happens. The only thing it does is it takes 2 minutes off the clock. But that's 2 minutes that media has to air on every game of every week for the entire year. That might sound a lot. That might sound like an awful lot. But it's only 2 minutes of each game. 58 minutes. And that would show solidarity of the players with the coaches, the owners, the training staff. Everybody would be represented in this situation. Even Goodell, because he would pretty much have to allow it. What can he do? Suspend the entire NFL? That's not going to happen. And I don't believe he would even attempt or even get mad about something like that. The only person I think that might get mad about something like that would be people who are against the protest in the first place. If you think it's a great idea, say something in the comments. If you have a better idea, say something in the comments. I'm all for, like I said, kneeling. I'm just looking for a better way for the NFL, its players, its teams, its coaches, its owners, everyone to show support in this cause as a full sign of solidarity among the entire NFL. Now let's get past this part and actually get here what we're here to talk about. Colin hasn't played the football since 2016. 4 years he hasn't played football. He's been suspended. 4 years. Can he help a football team? That's what I'm going to get into. I'm going to get into his last season. We're going to go over plays from the last season to find out. Because a lot of people said, he was already regressing during that period of time. And don't forget how old he is at this point. I mean, he came in the same draft as Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, all these guys. What in the world can he do? I mean, was he regressing during his last NFL season, as a lot of people are saying? Or is that just words coming out to say, we don't really want him in the NFL anyhow? I'm going to find this out because I'm going to show it to you. Now, please don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. That way I can get my message out to more people. Thank you for your support. Now let's get to it, shall we? All right, so let's start this off with a controversial play, I believe. Some of you are going to watch this play and say, well, he got positive yards out of it. In my opinion, however, this is a situation where there's 2 strikes against Colin Kaepernick. Yes, he got positive yards, but he made 2 decisions that he should have went a different direction with. Let's go ahead and watch this play first and foremost. Full speed, see exactly what I am talking about. All right, here we are. There he is. He takes the ball, he hikes it, fakes, steps up, takes off running right away. Bam. There he is. Goes out of bounds. Now, he goes out of bounds, what, about 36-yard line? So he got about 6 yards out of that play. 6 yards. Let's go into slow-mo and actually see what happens here. Buffalo comes up. You're seeing a 4-3. Traditional style defense. Colin lifts his legs, calls for the football. There's the hike. Fakes the handoff. Stops and looks. Now, at this point, He has got one heck of a clean pocket. This guy looks like he's getting ready to get in on Kaepernick. What happens? He steps up into the pocket. The tackle has him clean. There really isn't anyone open downfield. I mean, you could say maybe him. Maybe he could throw it deep to him. But, he's got a safety help over the top that can come over and help him. What he does have is still a clean pocket. And look here. You got a running back running free. That's all he's got to do is look. He sees ghosts. He feels ghosts. He immediately starts to take off. Now, as he turns, if he looks, he's got the running back. He could just dump this football off to the running back and has all this space. All he's got to do is outrun some linebackers, and then he could, the running back, legitimately, all he'd have to do is, dodge open field tackle. But no, he takes off running out of a clean pocket immediately. He could have given his wide receivers a little bit more time, but he doesn't. That's one knock. He takes off too soon. He still had a clean pocket. There wasn't no one around him giving him any kind of pressure at all. The second problem is he should dump this football off, but instead he took off running. If he'd have dumped that football off to the running back, he'd have had, that running back would have taken off. He could have led. If you watch, he could have led that running back a little bit with that football, because the running back was already out here. If he'd have just led that ball out this way a little bit, the running back could have caught the ball on the run, and this could have ended up being a really big play just on a quick dump off to a running back, because there's no one from here over. And the running back could have had a huge gain, but instead he keeps it and takes off with it. He keeps the football and takes off with it. Number one, he's getting corralled by the defense because of this decision he makes. So what's he doing? He's running straight for the sideline, obviously, or he's going to try to slide. Either way, because of the corralling, there's no way he's getting that much yardage out of this. Now, this is a first down. This is a first down play. He gets to that 31. He only needs, or the 36. He only needs the 35 for a first down. He gets that first down. But this could have been a huge play had he just led the running back. And he didn't even need to take off, like I said, because there was absolutely zero pressure on him at all when he decided to take off. He needs to be a pass-first quarterback, not a run-first quarterback, especially now that he is upwards in the 30s. His body's not the same as it used to be. He's going to have to rely more on his arm than his legs. Now, he can still use his legs. Obviously, Russell Wilson, same draft class, still uses his legs to get out, but he uses his legs to extend time to look for players downfield to throw to. I will guarantee you Russell Wilson would have threw that football to that running back. Let's move on to another play, shall we? All right, so here's another play. Actually, it's one of the few, just a couple plays after the one we just watched. Another play where he gets positive yards. It's a quick decision, quick rocket fire pass, low, where a player, only the player can receive it. But again, there's something here showing he could have went a different route that would have got him much more yardage and a lot easier play had he done it. But let's go ahead and watch the play and see what happens. Snap, quick, out, bam. Great play. Honestly, that's exactly how this play was designed. He sees that the corner is way off, like 10 yards off the wide receiver. So as soon as that ball is hiked, all he knows is, hey, let's get rid of this football, right? He comes up. He's still 8 yards off the receiver. Still knows, 8 yards. This is, Easy pitch and catch for him, and he knows it. At the time of the release, the receiver's looking back for the football. He knows, he can get that ball there fast enough. Easy pitch and catch. But do you see something? Something he would see. At this point, he's cocking his arm, looking. The linebacker's already heading that direction. Throwing the football. Now, had he pump faked right there at the release, looking at this guy. This guy would have had lots of room. He could have pump faked and then threw it back over this way, throwing it about right here, leading that receiver. He could have caught the ball. The only person between him and the goal line would be these two guys. He would have that's a first down pickup had he thrown to this receiver instead of this one. Now it's still 7 yards. And it shows his arm. I mean, rocket arm. But it would have been a much better play had he gave it to him right about this point. This could have been first down plus some, depending. But what this does show is his great arm. He throwed really good, low, and in front of the receiver for him to catch that football so that none of the other defenders can get to him. So there's pluses and minuses to both this play. I think he could have made a better decision had he understood how to use a pump fake a little bit. It's not like he could have missed that receiver right there cutting across the middle because, it was right there within his eye shot. He should have went ahead and pump faked and threw there. He'd have got more yardage out of it. But the play still, good play, 7-yard pickup. Shows a lot of arm and accuracy on that pass. Okay, so now I am going to pinpoint a couple plays. These are back-to-back throws by Colin Kaepernick. Now, they're not back-to-back plays. There's some time between them. There's this play, and then they run the football. Then Buffalo gets the ball, and then on the very next time will be his next throw. The next time that the Niners get the football. So, let's watch this play, see what happens. They got the ball at the 41. There's the ball. Fakes the handoff. Whew, that was a massive overthrow. Now let's see. This receiver, there's no safety help. And he's got a step on it. This is wide open. And at the point of throwing the football, as you can see, there's no one impeding him. Now, this guy here is going to come down. He's going to end up hitting Kaepernick in the leg at the very end of the throw. But this should not affect the throw at all. Because if we watch, see, he's already released before he's hit. Already released before he's hit. Ball's in the air. This is a touchdown. But the ball lands 5 yards in front of the receiver. This is not a good look for Colin Kaepernick. He overthrew a sure touchdown. Now let's go look at a similar play very soon after the very next play that he throws the football. Look at this. This is the very next. And he's actually closer to the end zone here than what they were before. He fakes the shuffle. Oh, sorry about that. As you see, he's going to come across. He's going to fake the shuffle pass off the hike. That's the same thing as using it as a, play action. Faking a shuffle pass still kind of keeps those linebackers inside. We got Mr. Tight End here. But that's not the tight end that we're throwing to. He cuts back in to keep the safety in this corner. Pull these guys over this way, leaving this wide open for him. Look at that. Oh my goodness. He's got a step. Completely out of the reach. of the receiver. Completely out of the reach of the receiver. He threw the football. And he's jumping. He's jumping for it, but there's no way he gets that football. That's back-to-back overthrows of 20 yards or more. Back-to-back throws of 20 yards or more, overthrowing his receiver. It's not a good look. He's got to get more accurate on the deeper throws. That's something that needs to happen. Let's go ahead and look at something completely different. We've already established that he'll overthrow. Now, it's better to overthrow on certain, especially in circumstances where a defender is not able to get to the football on an overthrow, rather than underthrow where a defender could get up and either knock it down or get the interception. But you still want to put the ball in a position where the receiver can at least try to make a play on the football, especially when that situation, it was first down. So yeah, go for it, but try to put the ball in a position where the receiver can get it. On the last play, it was second down. It wasn't third down, it was second down on the play before this. He did not put the ball in a place where the receiver can make the play. And both these guys had a step on their defender. So he had room to put that ball there. All right, so this play is 1 minute into the second quarter. So we've played 16 minutes of football, and before this play, he's had 4 total overthrows on open receivers down the field of 20 plus yards so far in the first quarter alone. 4 overthrows on deep players. On the shorter routes, he was accurate. Anything within 10 yards, he was throwing quickly. They were gaining a lot of yards off of little quick slant patterns, or him just taking off and running the football, or handing the football off and running it. But anything 20 or more, he was just completely overthrowing. And when this happens, it starts to affect the quarterback mentally. And it makes you think, oh no, I got to quit overthrowing. I got to take a little off. And sometimes when that happens, they overcompensate how much they take off. Let's watch this play and see what happens. Oh my, he's so wide open. There's the deep pass. Oh! Did you see that? Now this is a touchdown. This is a positive play. It's a touchdown because of the receiver, but it's still a positive play. Now, let's watch this. You see, at here, right now, he has already decided to throw this football. Look, he's open. This is a touchdown. All he's got to do is lob a rainbow. And he knows it. There's no one on him. So he lobs it. It's just an arcing rainbow. It's not really, he's just a lob pass. Not even a rainbow, is it? But it's way behind him. He had to turn around and back. Look, the ball is in the midair. He knows it's going to be short. He's running backwards and slowing down to catch this football. Stops. Catches it. Pretends to go upfield. Makes the defensive back go past him. And then he cuts inside. And that's why it's a touchdown. The next 23 yards is the receiver. Colin way overcompensated on this throw. And ended up throwing way short of the receiver because he was overthrowing earlier. He could have threw this instead of to the 30-yard line. If he had have threw that ball to the 15, he would have caught the ball here, and it would just been smooth sailing. But instead, he overcompensated and threw it short. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, man, you're just back. This is what I'm seeing just this game, okay? In the first quarter. Now, everybody has bad games. I'll grant that. I grant that. But let's continue to watch and see what we're able to see. On this play, we're going to see continuation of this whole incomplete, but this time, the short passes are underthrowing his receivers. Now, I don't know if this is him underthrowing him on purpose or on accident. I'm wondering if this is where he's lost faith in his own deep ball accuracy. Because so far this game, he's doing a great job scrambling. He's doing a really good job with shuffle passes. He's doing a great job on short slants, screen plays, anything inside 10 yards. He's able to fire that ball in there, get it in, low into the outside, away from defenders, things of that nature. He's doing a really good job of that. And his scrambling, which I'm going to show a highlight of that. Obvious. He was doing it before Lamar Jackson was doing it. He's what brought this into like a spotlight. Obviously, Cam Newton was big into it as well. Mike Vick before him. Randall Cunningham before him. But this play in particular makes me wonder, how much does he second guess himself? Let's watch the play and you tell me. There's the ball. No one to the right. Scrambles to the left. Throws. What in the world? Did you see that? That's unreal. Alright. So the ball's hiked. He gets the ball. Notice not even play action. The running back comes up. Stops. Make sure he helps in pass protection here. This is when he stops for pass protection. This is a deep routes. This is a lot of goes on these routes because they're leaving the running back in for protection. They got 7 people. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people defending. They got a tight end and a running back in there helping defend Colin Kaepernick in pass protection. They've got 3 people going out for routes, and that's it. 3 people. Wide receiver burns his cornerback. Now the corner knows. As you see, everybody's looking into the backfield. That means this is zone coverage. He knows he's got a safety over the top. Cap steps up. He's trying to line himself up for the throw right here. This is a good maneuver. Setting yourself up to throw the football at an angle that's less likely to get picked off by the safety. If he threw it from the pocket here, it's going to come over him, and he's got a better chance of getting an angle on the ball. So Kaepernick moves off to his left, resets. No, he has not launched the football. He just reset himself, as you can see. He's got a perfect line. If he throws this football, the back corner of the end zone right now, this is a touchdown all day. All he needs is faith in his own arm. Because the safety ain't even backpedaling. He just lobs it, lets the receiver go get it. This is where you throw your receiver open to the back of the end zone. But he doesn't do that. He threw to where the receiver is. Why? Way underthrown. Allows the safety to come over and help get defense on the football. Even if he had caught it, he'd have been tackled before the end zone. Had he let him out back here, this is a touchdown all day long. Did he lose confidence in his deep throws because of underthrowing or overthrowing the first 4 passes of the game that were past 20 yards and then underthrowing other passes afterwards? It makes me believe that he lost confidence in his deep ball because he was having perfectly fine throwing the short pass throughout this game. He had one play where he kind of questionable on a screen play when there was a defender right between him and the receiver that he was throwing to, and it should have been a pick 6 the other way, but it was a defensive lineman, so he couldn't get his hands on the football properly. But this makes me wonder. Now, You got to remember, he's been out for 4 years. Do you think these kind of decisions and these kind of things are going to be good on Colin Kaepernick? Do you think he's evolved during that time? I think he's going to need a little bit of time to get back into rhythm and understand and get faith in his own arm. Remember, this is all one game. Let's see if we can't find something good to talk about, because I'm getting tired of talking about his inaccuracies of the deep ball past 20 yards. All right, so I decided move on from that game. In the Buffalo game, he was only 1 for 8 for any pass over 20 yards, and that pass, obviously, I showed was terribly underthrown. He should have led him a lot further than that. But let's chalk it up. Let's try to chalk that up to just a really good defense. Buffalo's got a really good defense, has had a very good defense for years now. So let's talk about the Cardinals game. This is a couple weeks later, had a little bit of time to settle down, get into a rhythm of playing football. We're playing against the Cardinals. Another deep ball. Let's see what happens. Nice. Boy, that turned out really good, didn't it? Let's go back to the play. Slow-mo. There's the hike. Tight end takes off. This is beautifully done, by the way. At this point, wide receiver cutting out, making sure that this area right here is clear. You got this receiver that cuts short so that the tight end goes over the middle where there's no one there to defend him other than him. Now, first off, the tight end does a good job. Does an excellent job right here. Looks like he's going to go outside, stops, cuts back inside to get himself separation. Kaepernick sees it, throws it right down the middle. Gets the tight end. Not only does he hit the tight end is able to be moving in the direction he wants to be moving when he catches the football. This ball went 15 in air yards. Didn't quite hit the 20-yard mark, but still, it's a positive picture here. It went 15 yards in the air, hit him on the move, and ended up like a 30-some yard gain. Great play. And the tight end does a great job here just avoiding the tackle afterwards. Watch what he does. Oops. That guy falls down. He lowers his shoulder. Bam. Actually, that's 41. I believe that was Antoine Bethea. So, finally, we found a good pass. Wasn't quite 20 yards, and it wasn't against one of the better defenses in the NFL at the time. I mean, you got to remember, you still got Patrick Peterson at this time on the Cardinals. He's a really good corner. Okay, Antoine Bethea, believe it or not, is a pretty solid safety as well. But during this time, he was a good safety. Right now, he's a little on the elderly side, but still one of the better solid do-it-all safeties in the NFL. Colin does a good job on that play. I mean, it was an excellent pass right over the middle. Tight end didn't really have to slow down. He delivered a catchable football right in front of him. Great job. I give him props. Let's check out the next play. All right, this isn't exactly the next play. It's the play after next. Okay. This play, he shows the full range of what he could do if he puts all of his tools together. Okay. So, as you see, they're 17 yards outside the end zone. Let's watch what happens. Oh, got pressure up the middle, scrambles out, looks, wide open. Beautifully done. Gorgeous touchdown. All right, let's hit this slow. All right, so he gets the ball. There's the hike. Here comes the defense. Now, this is back when they had Dockett and stuff, so they got guys that can come in and get pressure right up the gut. And they do. He's getting pressure. Steps back, rolls out. That's some agility right there. If you notice a normal quarterback stepping back like that, go back a little bit more. Watch his legs. Look. He's almost, he ran into other players. He should have fell down, but he didn't. He kept his balance. Rolled out to the right, seen the guy. Beautiful throw on a rope. The receiver didn't even have to do anything. He just stood there. Arms wide open. You can see the pass through the air. Receiver just stands there. Dead on bullet. Great accuracy. Way to be able to extend the play. What should have been a sack. Extended the play through a 17. That was over 20 yards total in air. Because, it was 17 yards to the end zone. So you're looking at, and he was 7 yards deep. So, you're looking at about 24 air yards here that he threw that football. And it was dead on the money to where the receiver. Now, he didn't have to lead the receiver anywhere. He just had to hit a still target because he was so wide open. But that is a great show that he can hit somebody dead on target, over 20 yards. Let's continue this breakdown, shall we? This play is one of the toughest throws in the NFL to make. When you're throwing an out route towards the sidelines, away from you, down the field. This is a very, very tough throw in the NFL. Let's watch. Oh, that was perfect. That was a perfect throw. You couldn't ask for a better throw than that. So here he gets the snap. He's watching. He knows the receiver's getting ready to cut out. He's already cocked, ready to throw. He knows this is one of those, I know where you're going. I know where you're going to be at when I get rid of this football. He leads the throw. Right here. See, he's just released it. Just released the football, and he's just now making his break. So he's leading the receiver. He knows he's going to be at this point. Knows he's going to be here. So he throws to that spot on the field. This is timing. All timing. And he timed it and threw it beautifully. Bam. Hit him. He delivered a beautiful ball with touch to a place where only the receiver can catch it. Dead on the money. Gorgeous throw. Gorgeous throw. Let's watch that again. Because, I can't get enough of seeing those kind of throws. All right, they're at the 5. At the 5-yard line. Cap knows, hey, I got this guy. I know he knows where he's throwing it. He's staring him down. Bam, let's go. Nice touch, delivered beautifully to the 26. That's a 21-yard pass. In air. Holy crap, that's 2 passes of over 20 yards, in air yards, that he throws a good, accurate pass. So maybe it was just the defense. Or against Buffalo, that was when he first came back. He hadn't been in a live game too much. He was out of it for a while. So maybe he just had jitters. Maybe Buffalo kind of rocked him a little bit a few times. Maybe He just wasn't fully into it. I'm not sure, but that game against Buffalo, he played terrible in. This game, he's throwing a lot better downfield. A lot better downfield. Let's go for some more deep passes. Now, like I've said, so far, he's not doing too bad on his short passes. You know, a little quick out. Most quarterbacks can do those little quick out timing patterns, you know, your screen plays, your little quick slants, things of that. It's your deep pass that you're looking for from Colin Kaepernick. We know he can scramble. We know that he can gain yards with his feet and extend plays. We're just focusing mostly on the more deeper throws because that's what we need to focus on. I give him the tip of the hat for his scrambling. Now, earlier he had two very accurate passes. One was a still person on the field after he scrambled to create time. The next one was a timing pattern where he throws to an exact spot on the field. On this play, we got a moving guy over the middle of the field. This is not timing. This is him having to lead a receiver down the field. Something he could not do against Buffalo whatsoever. Let's watch this and see how it turns out. He always underthrew or overthrew these passes. Oh, that's a long throw. Oh, what a play. Oh my, that was beautiful. A little behind him, but enough to where the receiver should catch the football and it was out of the reach of the defender. Let's watch this again. Good little fake handoff. Running back stops the blitz right there. He waits. You notice that he's just sitting there tapping the football and waits for him to make his break past the safeties. Once he cuts in past these safeties, he knows he's open. He knows he's open. So now he has to lead him. He has to lead his receiver. So he's got to mentally think, where is he going to be when the ball arrives? So he's got to calculate this and do this in his mind in a split second. Releases the football after he decides where it's going to be. It's got a fair arc to it. Nice high, comes down over the defender. Good catch. He could have put maybe another yard or two on it. But it was beautifully thrown right to where the receiver can catch it. Made the play. And oh my goodness. He released that football at the 15-yard line. He catches the football at the 42. That is a true deep pass right over the middle, thrown with accuracy and touch. Now, you know what this is telling me? This is telling me when he does get on a team, he's going to need time. He's going to need time to get his bearings down. Because early in the season, when he first got in against Buffalo, good defense, granted, his accuracy was all over the place. He was overthrowing, he was underthrowing. He was relying mostly on short passes and using his feet to try to win a football game. As he got into the NFL, got into the games a little bit, started to get kind of a rhythm down, he started getting some accuracy to him. Still not perfect, but good enough. Now, being he's been out 3.5, 4 years, it might take him a full season of live practice with his teammates to get that down. So NFL teams that don't need him this first year should pick him up. Teams like Tampa Bay. Right now, I am not even kidding. Tampa Bay. You got Tom Brady right now. Could you imagine Tom Brady go out? They might make the playoffs. They might make a Super Bowl run. Who knows? I don't know. It's possible. But they don't need him because they got him right now. Would Colin Kaepernick be willing to sit behind Tom Brady for a year or two and learn? I mean, if there's anyone that could teach you, if you just walk around, ask questions. And oh my God, the weapons he has on that offense, right? To pass to. Once he's done, you'll still have Mike Evans. You'll still have Godwin. You'll still have that other tight end that's there besides Gronk, who's a good tight end. Because I expect as soon as Tom Brady retires, I think Gronk will retire as well. But you'll still have a good offense there. They'll probably work on getting that offensive line built up with Tom Brady being there, because Tom Brady needs an offensive line because he can't move like Colin Kaepernick. So, yes, I think right now the best place for Colin Kaepernick, if Tampa Bay would be willing to, if Bruce Arians would be willing to, grab him up, let him sit behind Tom Brady and learn. This would be an excellent place for him to play. And I think that he could explode, because his first year, you're not going to want him to play because his accuracy is going to be all over the place. And he needs to get back into NFL football shape. Yes, he's been out and he's been working out and throwing with guys, but that's not the same as NFL working shape. When he's out throwing with guys and lifting weights, those weights aren't 300-pound guys hitting you. You know, when he throws to a receiver in practice, out there practicing, he's not got, 7 guys that are 250 plus pounds rushing at him at full speed. I'm sure that's not what's going on. He's not allowing his body to take a beating like that on a consistent basis. So he's not, under pressure constantly throwing that football. He's going to need time, to throw. Someone already said it earlier. Colin said it earlier. Not Colin Kaepernick, but Colin, I can't remember his last name, but he's a sports guy. A lot of people know who he is. He likes to talk as well. He said Colin Kaepernick will have rust on top of rust. And that sounds very terrible, but it's a fact. He is going to have rust on top of rust. He's going to need to be getting in there, getting in live action practices, get a full preseason in under himself. Maybe if Tampa Bay, I wouldn't be surprised that Tampa Bay a few games might end up having a 3-touchdown lead late in the fourth quarter. Throw Kaepernick in there to get him some live game time, I think that would work well. Now the question is, would Kaepernick come back for a lower contract, because Tampa ain't got much cap space right now? That's the question. Would Colin Kaepernick be willing to sit for a year for just a couple $1 million, much the same way that Jameis Winston did in New Orleans, just to learn behind a really good pocket passing quarterback, to get his accuracy down, to get himself back into the groove of football? If he does, I think he could actually have a really good remaining career in the NFL. But that's just my suggestion. If you agree with me, say something in the comments. If you don't, if you think that there's another team that might be a good idea, say something in the comments. But either way, man, if you like my breakdown, please hit the like button, subscribe, share on social media. That way others can see my breakdown of him. That way we all can make our own decision on what we think of Colin Kaepernick. I'm Lawrence Owen, and I appreciate all of you guys. Don't forget, NFL's around the corner. I'm really excited. Are you?
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.